Welcome back to the 5-Star live stream. You already know what time it is. It's your boy Chris Enzo out here with some lovely, special, fun guests. We're about to get into it on this podcast, man. We're bringing back some people that you've already seen and some brand new introductions. You might not know them by their names or their face, but you're about to know them forever now. That one right there, this pretty wonderful girl's name is Amelia, and you guys already know the girl next to her because this was always going to be Destiny. We are up in the 5-Star live stream today. Ladies, let's start with the newest guest from the left to the right. Introduce yourselves. Sweetheart, what is your name?
Hello, guys. My name is Amelia.
Amelia, and where are you from?
I'm from Miami.
And roughly, let's say, what would be your age?
22, 23.
Yeah, we gotta figure it out, man. A little bit of a mystery open here. And then over here, we gotta put you guys back on game. I know you haven't forgot her because you just saw her. She's in the clips, and the clips aren't even her clips. The clips are like the featured clips. You guys are about to see her in her own clips. Go ahead, over here to the right. What is this wonderful woman's name over here?
Hi, I'm Destiny.
Destiny, and where are you from?
Florida.
And what is your age?
24.
All right, so believe it or not, I got a chance to talk to you girls on some different times here, and you guys have a lot in common, especially for the things that we were talking about last week, Destiny. You girls have a lot in common in areas of how you think, how things have gone through in life, and we'll get a chance to talk about those things here shortly. But before we get into that part, let's just start off with the introductions. How did we all meet? How do we all know each other? What's the vibes on that? What brought us together on this podcast here today? Amelia.
Well, we met at my job at Collectors Club.
Shout
Follow
out
them.
to you guys.
I was getting ready for a rave last minute, and you guys turned out to be in the back of the bar.
Yeah, that is facts.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your first vibe from that moment in time? You were about to lock in on a rave. If you guys want to see a clip of that, it's on my Snapchat at Chris Enzo Clips. I have so many Instagrams, but that's the one that's like pushing the whole ship right now. What did you think when you first saw Destiny? What did you think when you first saw me? She's the one that was I said Cinderella. She was dressed as Snow White. It is all the same to me when it comes to Disney.
Can I be honest?
Tell me.
I thought you guys were siblings.
Maybe we are. What's your dad's name? Who are you? Do we have the same mom?
No, we don't.
No,
It could be. No, but okay. So you walked in, you see us, you think that we're related, and what gave you that impression?
I don't know. It's the vibe you guys have. It's like a sister-brother type of vibe.
Would you say that we feel like family?
Me?
Not her.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be like, if I'm being completely honest, that's kind of like the vibe I was connecting with her on before we got there, because we had just podcasted together, and I had been very like extenuating to both of you. Like, I want you girls to feel like not isolated, because that is happening a lot in your age group. You both lock in with me. You both have a mutual person with me that we both know deeply. Shout out. Does anyone want to say her name?
AC.
You already know what time it is, right?
Shout out to IC.
You already know. Shout out. So, like I'm very like aware of like how friends fall into the category of like someone that's there one day or they're not there the next. Friends come and go. But I'm like, if you really want to lock in with someone, you got to move forward, and you got to, especially after I came out of that hospital incident. I don't say the word online because I don't know what I'm doing with that yet. But what happened to me is like, you got to be able to build your family. You got to be able to lock in with people that you want there in 2026, 2036, 2046. And I really went out of my way to make sure that Destiny felt that way, So it's very interesting that you picked up on that, because that was damn right on the energy. What would you say?
No, I agree.
Yeah. So that's the vibe. So you walk in, it feels like we're family. It feels like we're connected, bonded and shit. That's what's up, man. We had a good show that day too. And okay, you see her, right? What's the vibes with Destiny? No, I mean at the time when you saw her.
Right now, I'm like,
I mean, yeah. I mean, we could stare at her if you want. You know what I'm saying? You could, you know what I'm saying? Take a look. You could look, and you could touch. You don't care. But
I like either or.
yeah, right now it's more fun. But yeah, what's your vibes when you see her in the Collectors Club for the first time?
She seemed like a cool person, just shy, just more to herself.
Would you say that sometimes you get shy?
No, I am shy.
Yeah, I was being modest.
I feel like because it's like new people, it was kind of like maybe a little reach for you.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, do you think it was that way for me?
When I first met you?
No, like in that moment.
No, you're very outgoing.
All right. Hey, man, I'm just out here. So, okay, you see her, you see me. What's your vibes when you see me?
Like she said, you're very.
Yeah, I'm so fucking shy. Just kidding. Yeah, no, I'm out here, man. I was having a fun time at the club. Yeah, and you ladies were dressed pretty cool, right? Let me see if I could remember. I remember the girl with the kitty cat nose, right? I don't know what her thing was. Oh, fucking Sailor Moon, but not Sailor Moon. One of the moons. I remember the girl that we were talking about. She's the sister of the guy with like the pigtails. Yes. The Natalie was a bunny, I think. A bunny or a kitty.
She was a Pokemon.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know which one?
No, I'm not.
Bunnymon.
Bunnymon.
Am I forget? And then there was you, Snow White. Am I forgetting anyone?
Yeah, one more girl.
Oh, but that girl's a dude, right?
I mean.
Okay, so there. Yeah. Other than that, anything else?
That's it.
Yeah, my brain. Yeah, no, that's not. That doesn't click. So anyway, we're out there. We're on a vibe. And then you told me something sweet. You know, we got a chance to go out to lunch right now, and we were talking and stuff. And you were like, "Yo, I just want to talk to her." I think we called you before. Did we call her before we went to lunch, right?
I think so, yeah.
And you're like, "Man, that girl, she just seems so sweet. I just want to talk to her."
I did say that.
And you're like, I followed her. And I just want to talk to her and stuff. I'm like, "Yo, let me get her online." And you know, like if you guys know me, I mean what I say and I say what I mean, and I do shit quick. Got her on the phone immediately. What was the vibes just now when y'all connected?
Put me on the spot.
Welcome to the podcast, baby. Camera zoomed in on you. Just kidding.
I don't know because I'm trying to think of the word. Like when I first came in the car and stuff.
No, like when we called you and stuff, like you were like kind of going through it. I think you got in a fight with Junior and shit, and then after that, you were basically saying you were dealing with like little drama in the background.
I was dealing with drama, and then she was like, "Oh, You didn't say you were going through the same thing, but you said you go through the same thing." And I was like, this is if we become friends. I feel like not a recipe for a disaster, but like. We gotta keep each other level-headed.
Oh yeah.
Because what if you get manic and then I'm manic with you, and then who's gonna calm us down?
I know. I mean,
I'm gonna have to do it because at least she is an open crash out. I don't know if you're an open crash out.
Yeah, you guys haven't met me yet. I'm insane.
Okay. Don't worry. Like I think I'll know what to do in that time period. I got you girls. Don't worry. Somebody has to, right? So, okay. Now, you're in the car. What's your impression? How do you feel about when you meet Amelia? Cuz like be honest, you girls are like fucking mirrors. You're very similar.
How?
Well, in talking to both of you, I'm not going to go into every detail in this minute. We could definitely talk about like mental health stuff in this podcast. We did a lot with you last time. Mm-hmm. And I'll be honest, I really think that your video, when we talked about this stuff, is the type of video when the clips get out there is going to help other people. And I guarantee you there are so many girls and so many people that relate to what you got going on in the world. It's just not talked about enough, in all honesty. And the reason that I say that is because I was able to pick up on interpersonal skills with you because I know a lot of crazy bitches. And y'all pretty much going through the same shit. It's like, it's crazy out here. It's just insane.
I think my favorite quote is, "We all go through the same stuff, but different fonts."
Yeah.
That's dope. That's deep. Come a little closer to the mic. There we are, sweet girl.
There we are.
Now, are there things that you felt like off the back that you already related to with Destiny?
I don't know. Like you said, it's like a mirror. I feel like I'm talking to myself.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So, like, we're on a podcast. We're live. We're on the internet. I think there's definitely things that you girls know that we can say. And there's going to be parts of your life you're going to want to keep secret. Or at least not always put out there. But for what you can talk about, what are some things that you definitely want to put out there into the world that you relate to with Destiny?
I'm shy. I'm shy like her as well.
Yeah.
I'll admit.
Where do you find, like...
And people-wise, like...
Why is it that you're both shy, but neither one of you is shy with me? You both are, like, very talkative with me. You're very good at, like, reaching out to me, getting things going. But, like, is it when it's more people around you? Or is it, like, a vibe?
Well, for me, I feel like it really depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
You don't give me, like... scary vibes. You don't give me predator vibes.
Okay, that's good. So like,
and group of people, yeah, it can be a bit hard for me.
Now I think that you were in a situation that I don't even know if I could bring this situation up, but like you're at a rave, things were interesting. Like, where do you see yourself being like shy usually? Is it because people in the Gen Z age group don't necessarily talk to each other? Or is it like not having social dynamics that you really want? Because I've seen you be more socially forward lately. You don't come off very scared, but like, you know, being like, I'm gonna give you guys some sauce right now. I'm gonna break some tea right now. This girl's 4'11". She's a tiny. She's a tiny one. I'll be honest, you're taller than her by like a lot, yeah?
Yeah, I'm 5'3".
Yeah, that's a lot in girl world for
tiny
sure.
But mighty.
Tiny but mighty. Fun sized.
Yep.
The great things come in small packages.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. One time I dated a girl that was actually insecure about like her physical stature, and it would be a problem in the relationship. And she was not worth talking about. But I don't see that with you at all. You're very comfortable in your skin. Very, very real. Which reminds me of Icy a lot. Because she puts real people together. If you haven't noticed, that's a common characteristic with her. Shout out to you, Joey. You're a real nigga. So that being said, right? Where do you find yourself finding shyness in your walk of life here?
You can't hear me?
There we go.
That's a good question.
Is it group settings, work settings, social settings? Was it high school? What is it now lately?
Everything. Like, it's even public settings. Like, it's just too many people.
Overwhelmed?
Yeah.
Okay, how about the vibes between Miami in a general day and then how you've been out here in Fort Lauderdale?
It's two different vibes.
Two different vibes,
Yeah,
right?
like,
It's completely different.
Not to be mean, but like Miami was like a little dirty. It's always packed.
Yeah.
There's so many tourists.
Yeah.
I've even worked on the beach. Like, I've had to deal with that.
I get it. It is overhyped and it underdelivers, right? Because I'm a real Miami native. All these new influencers and shit are guests on my territory in my eyes. But, you know, welcome. We fucking love having you guys here. I want you guys to enjoy this shit and be the fucking best. Now, in Miami, the truth about Miami is like these buildings are fucking old. They were old like in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. They're still there, and they're all like trashy and they're all kind of like burnt down and they're all like ghetto-ish, right? So what'll happen is that you will end up in situations where you pay a lot of money to live in a perception. So it's like you're perceiving Miami as this great place. But like, what is it really that makes it great if you're not in the highest of the height, the top of the top, upper rich ass echelon? If you're not in that bracket, everything else isn't that big a deal. It's just kind of normal, run of the mill, metropolitan bullshit, really. So if anything, it's kind of an illusion, right? Would you girls say that kind of paints that picture of Miami when it comes to like getting housing and rent out there outside of Wynwood? Because Wynwood got some nice spots, but that shit is overpriced. I've been all up and down Wynwood. I know, like it's like 4 or 5 racks for like damn near nothing.
I was looking the other day. I was like, ooh.
The guy that you were on the phone with, Bayate, she was on the phone. Bayate, you know Bayate. Shout out. No, I'm saying shout out to you, motherfucker. Let's go. So he was actually living there for free for like a year because he got connects in that shit. Because me and the Brotherhood, we're all really connected when it comes to like guys moving each other around and elevating and playing the game of chess and moving people up. That's why I got to lock in with you and kind of learn a little bit more about your skills. I know her skills. She's medical all the way. So she actually needs the world that she's facilitated for herself. But you got some leeway. You can kind of actually be adaptable and be a little bit more of an entrepreneur.
Of course.
So as I get to know you, we'll find a spot that kind of like makes you pump in the fucking dough, right? And in the meantime, what is your overall impression of the living situation or the outward appearance of Miami that you've experienced, or like what is it really?
It's poor. It's like really bad over there. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like I'm paying barely anything. Like I'm paying for a 1x1 and it's not even a 1x1 and it's almost 2,000.
Right.
It's like it's really bad over there.
But luckily, you got a chance to meet my real estate agent today. She's
I did.
freaking great, right?
Yeah, she was.
So I sent you the documents too,
Yeah,
right? Okay, yeah. So I'm already trying to get her. So you're about to go, like your girls are about to trade places essentially, right? Like you're about to go into Miami in a couple months. You get that experience, and I want you to have the experience. You need to have this experience in your life. You need to know, like, you know, living in New York, living in Miami, you got to like know what the vibes are in these kind of cities, so you could like maybe talk to your future kids one day, or talk to like other people that you're relating to in like a professional setting. And you got to have this real world experience to kind of know like what the vibes are really. So if you know if the juice is worth the squeeze for whatever the offer is at the time or not, you know what I mean? And I like your mindset, because your mindset in getting to know you is actually a lot more towards like a wife mentality, and also a lot more like towards a peace mentality, which you also actually share a lot with Destiny. So Destiny, she's in the professional world, but last time that we talked, you did say, yo, like giving all this up for being married with kids and everything's taken care of and I'm secure would be pretty easy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Tell me about that. Like, how do you feel about being a wife?
I would love to be a wife one day, but it's finding someone who, one, I can feel financially secure with, and two, overall secure with.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I feel like I bring a lot to the table as far as financially and other traits. And the main thing for me is being like financially stable. Like I want to be able to know like the moment I get pregnant, I don't have to work anymore. You're going to take care of me. Bills are going to be covered. And I'm going to be set to raise our kid.
I mean, in all honesty, if I wanted to have a kid right now, that wouldn't be hard. I could do exactly everything that you're saying. So do you think that that's hard to find, or like you're still looking to have that?
Well, one, I'm not even looking right now because I'm really solely focused on school and building my career up so I can be financially stable.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, I go on dates here and there and they're all the same to me. Like yes, they bring in money, which is amazing for them. Congratulations. But they're solely focused on like, oh, I bring in money, what can you do? And it's just like, I have a job too. I'm not like one of these females that is asking to pay for my nails, hairs, lashes. Like, I don't need all that.
So then let's talk about this for a minute. This is pretty interesting. So you're going out on dates, right? Shout out to your boy DJ Matchmaker over here and shit, you know what I'm saying? You're about to see me soon at a club, nightclub. Let's fucking go. So, okay. You are saying you want to be financially secure. They present that they have that, but there's no connection. What's the disconnect?
They're all about their money and showing off that they have money instead of
like peacocking, like flexing, like
yes.
look at me, I got this. Like instead of what?
Just being normal. Like I have money. You don't see me flashing it that I have money, that I can get myself this, and this.
I'm glad you bring this up. So why the fuck are you so normal? Why are these guys so weird? Like what is making people this way?
I think it's because like nowadays there's females out there who want a man to pay like for every single little thing. So, and I can't speak on a man's perspective, but there's some guys who feel like they need to flex and be like, I can take care of you and I can pay for all these things. And it's just like, are you investing? Like, what are you doing long term to make sure you're set up?
Right. So for the bros out here watching, there's a term that we'll use often in the inner circle, and it goes like this. If the girl's interested in you, discovery trumps disclosure. So it's better off for her to be interested in you and discover things over time because she wants to be a part of your life than to start peacocking and disclosing everything up front. Build a little mystery, motherfucker. Damn. Okay, so you're kind of leading towards the fact that in the world of dating, that people are kind of more about the stats on paper, right? Like when you go to buy an iPhone, oh, it's got this type of processor, it's got these kind of lenses, and it's just a bunch of fucking stats. But in reality, you're a human being and you're a human being. You're not looking for that. It does matter for the product to be quality. You want the best phone. So it does matter that the person qualifies. You want the qualifications. But what would facilitate the connection for you, Destiny?
I don't know. Feeling safe and secure.
Yeah. What makes you feel safe?
Just me being able to be myself.
And does this happen automatically, or is there a specific thing? Like it just happens when it happens? It's a vibe?
Time.
Okay. How does it happen? Tell us how it happens. When do you feel safe?
When I know I'm going through a tough time and I can call you and you're going to pick up the phone. And yes, if this comes off needy, like you're able to drop everything and be here for me emotionally.
Like communication.
Mm-hmm.
Do you relate to any of this stuff, Amelia?
Of course.
Give us the vibes. What do you, I guess before you were in what you're currently in, right? In dating or in dealing with people or girls you know or in general, would you say that people are very much about the specs without the connection?
Yeah.
What would facilitate a connection for you in general? How does that work?
Emotionally, I have to be there. I'm not one to look at someone for the way they look. You got me?
Right.
So for me, having feelings and emotions is very important.
Hell yeah. I think I should lower that for you.
I think so too.
All right. Give me a sec to actually hand me the mic. I got you. So I think that it's actually very important that for the guys listening right now, right? I think that you need to understand how to arouse the emotions out of a girl, and you should not just, like me, I'll say fuck my feelings all the time. Like my feelings, who the fuck gives a fuck how I feel? Doesn't matter, right? Because whether or not I feel anything, I still need to perform. So that's my mindset. But bringing a girl into your life from the man's perspective is a very beautiful, sweet, special thing. There's nothing like femininity, like I was telling you, right? So I think that in order to make a girl feel safe or to be there for her, you need to know how to speak to her feelings. And this is a problem that men struggle with, right? Because you got to understand, girls play with Barbies, guys plays with football. So in the beginning of a man's walk, or in a guy with no dating skills or the dating skills to get to the point that you're talking about, a man thinks logically. And because he thinks logically, like I've talked to both of you about like my ability to connect with you, almost like going into your soul or like feeling who you are and kind of like getting to the interpersonal things. And that's a good way to start to know somebody. But like in general, if the connection isn't happening, most guys are going to kind of speak to you as if they're speaking to another guy. Is that something that you've ran into before? Like, for example, have you been in dating situations where you feel nothing because there is no speaking to your feelings?
I don't think so.
So it does happen, or give us the vibes, right? So how's that been in your walk of life?
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, so let me put it like this. What keeps you talking to a guy?
If they show interest in me, honestly. As long as you show a little bit of interest.
And how does interest make you feel?
It makes me feel good, honestly, yeah.
Like, what would the good feeling be? Is it that does it depend on that moment in time? Do you feel like seen, or do you feel like...
Of course I feel seen. I feel important. I feel like I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I like that. That's a good way to put it. What about you?
Communication.
Communication, right? That's kind of like that's definitely been your thing from the beginning. It's like communication all the way. Okay, so where does the breakdown in communication happen with you with the opposite sex usually? Because like the Joey podcast that we did, that was like a nuclear bomb World War III blast of like miscommunication out the ass.
No, Joey just no
dog. Yeah, like yo, literally what happened is like she was trying to link up with Joey and like just hang, and then he didn't answer the phone. Blah blah blah. She gets very upset at him, flies to Tennessee and gets back piercings because she's like pissed off about it.
No.
Oh God.
Right, yeah. Give us the sauce, Des.
I was very emotional in that state of time, but Joey just lacks communication.
Okay, how does that make you feel?
In general, when somebody lacks communication.
That situation
with Joey,
specifically.
How
did that make you feel?
Frustrated because I was like, dude, like you're always on your phone and you can't text back.
And where'd you fly?
I went to Virginia.
What'd you
Just
do?
because?
Yeah, just because.
Oh.
Yeah, I went to go see my family and I got my back pierced.
Okay.
So that is how in this moment you were dealing with your emotions because of a lack of communication.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're actually going through the same thing right now with this newer situation with your friend from high school.
Yeah, my best friend from high school.
Give us the sauce. What's going on with this breakdown in communication? Because look, if you go to my Instagram, you'll see one of the earlier interview videos that I did. I'm interviewing 3 chicks, and one of them was so big on communication, and I was like, yo, you need that fucking good morning text, huh? Right? So like, give us the vibes. What's your communication style?
What is my communication style? Obviously, you can't constantly text me, but for me, like I'm always on my phone. So if I ignore you, I'm probably like, the only reason why I would ignore someone is be like, oh, I feel like I'm texting so fast, so let me like do something first and then respond, but then I'll forget. But I'm always on my phone, so if I don't text you, it's either I'm ignoring you purposely or like just forgot to text you.
And what would trigger you ignoring someone purposely, out of curiosity? What do they do?
Just a lack of communication. Like, let's say we text and we're having a conversation, and then you don't respond to like 4 hours later. Why couldn't you just text me and be like, hey, I'm gonna be busy, or I'm probably not gonna like text like that? Like, it's not that hard. Just be like, hey, I'm busy, I'm not gonna be on my phone.
Man, if you were a dude talking at chicks, you'd fucking shoot yourself. Girls are the hardest to get in contact with and flake all the fucking time. All right, so now for you, do you relate to this communication stuff, or do you find different areas of disconnecting?
No, I definitely relate to the communication stuff.
Okay, so how do you respond in a lack of communication? Because with her, we've defined her as on the show as somebody that has gone through borderline personality disorder, gone through the struggles of that, and gone through the ups and downs of an unhealthy family diagnosis, right? Like unhealthy family dynamics. But with unhealthy family dynamics, Destiny has found places in the world where she can communicate and can communicate in these situations. And we got to commend you here, Destiny, because I think that by you saying that, you're actually helping a lot of people in the world that also struggle with those disconnected family dynamics, right? In your situation, right, what are you wanting to tell people about here in the world today? What kind of like things or disconnects or dynamics have you gone through in life?
Well, can I talk about my mental health?
You could talk about anything, baby girl. This show, it's for you. You both the guest.
Well, I am schizophrenic.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And I'm bipolar as well.
Hell yeah.
It's called schizoaffective disorder.
Okay.
So that's when both side effects intertwine with each other. It's been good. I'm medicated now.
Yeah.
But when I wasn't, I was very, very manic. Like,
okay.
Very.
Give us an example of what it's like to be manic. And are you in the discovery stage at this point, or have you been this way for a while?
I think I've been this way for a while, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did the manic episodes start happening?
When I was around 16.
Uh-huh.
I started seeing things.
And you know, okay, so
And it scared me, and I was like, what the fuck?
okay, so for you people that see me out there as there's two versions of DJ Matchmaker, right? There is the guy that's usually dressed like this out here popping, living life, and playing those hit lists that are popular for everybody, right? Shout out to my DJ board over there and shit. I got some new music videos dropping on the way. Then there's a hardcore raver where I'm dressed in like a bulletproof vest, and then I got like the King Baldwin the fourth leper king mask, and this is like like me being a hardcore Christian. You girls saw I dropped a prayer video for Icy recently because like I'm always praying for people. I'm gonna pray with you ladies after this. It's been my intention for a while, especially what I was talking about with you. And I am pretty hardcore into Christianity, and there's so many layers to this when it gets into the spiritual world and understanding the spiritual years. And for whatever reason, I'm getting the goosebumps. God has shaped me to specifically go through things that I may be able to help people in their walk with demons in life. And when you said schizophrenia, the very first thing I said to you was...
It was a spiritual.
Yeah, that you're dealing with demons.
Yeah, I'm dealing with demons, basically. Yeah.
Relatable?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to see you instantly, right? Like able to see like, yeah, you are going to be treated in the medical world like there is some sort of medicine for this, and you're going to be treated like there's some sort of process to go through, may or may not be curable, all a bunch of fucking cap. It's demonic all the way. And I don't know if you girls ever saw the movie Constantine. You ever heard this movie Constantine? You ever seen it? It's like Keanu Reeves.
No.
He's got like a golden shotgun and it looks like a cross and shit.
No.
He's out here like shooting demons like, go to hell. Right? That's what my life feels like, right? Recently, that medical episode that I went through, shout out to you, Big Mo. You know what the fuck you did. You saved my life. I will show you what I was talking about on my computer here. That was completely demonic, completely spiritual. I've been attacked by demons many times in life. And you would think that because I'm not trying to interact with that fucking world, I don't have nothing to do with that world. I'm out here living my life. I'm not engaged with anything demonic. I pray, read the Bible, go about living my life, do business, network with people. I'm out here living my life. I don't want shit to do with you demonic motherfuckers. Get away from me. But when you're on your purpose and when you're on your path and when you're on what I would call an elevation or an ascent or a good relationship towards God, what happens is that demons want to pull you down. They want to destroy you. They want to destroy what you got and what you're doing. So we're about to get into some stuff that those exact demons have been trying to keep me away from talking about today, motherfucker. I'm back. Let's go. Let's do this. All right. So get this. Check this out. Destiny. I'm talking to Amelia over here, right? She says, yo, Chris, man, when I was a baby, they took these Polaroid pictures of me. Give us the description of that. Like, how did that go? What was the vibes there? When did it all start? We're going to get to really know Amelia, who's about to be known as the fucking Demon Slayer.
I was a baby. It was broad daylight.
Yeah.
My dad was holding me, and my mom took a couple pictures, and there was just tall black figures standing behind me.
Crazy enough. Yeah, why is that relatable for you over here, Miss Dominican Republic?
She was told to burn the pictures and everything.
Yeah.
You've been in similar scenarios?
No, I just know because like I'm Dominican, so.
There's a lot of spiritual shit that happens in DR, right?
Not that I know of.
Well, I do, because I dated one recently. I would rather do anything else. Literally. Anything else. That was fucking horrible experience. Tez knows what happened. That shit was fucking horrible. That girl was so like wrapped up in the occult of things. I don't want to give her no breath. Fuck you. But like in reality, she was deceiving me and lying to me, and she was telling me about all the witchcraft and occultic stuff that they do in DR. And the fact that you don't know about it, great. I don't want you to know about this stuff. If you don't know about it, don't fucking know about it. But they spend their time cursing that land, doing witchcraft. They'll literally like draw grids over DR and put like curses through the grids, so people will be like cursed through the grids, like or like cursed at the time and the place of where they are. But you're out there living your life, so you don't want to deal with that shit, don't know about that stuff.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to move out there.
Okay, but like you're not participating.
No, I just know on like I'm Catholic, so I know on, I guess you can say, like, the Catholic spiritual side of things, but not into, like, you know, there's Cubans, they do brujeria, and then
I did a fucking brujeria basically without knowing it.
And like every Spanish culture has their thing. For Dominicans, I really don't know, because my grandmother nor my family practice that thing besides just going to Catholic church and praying to the saints.
You know what's crazy? In the end, in diagnosing everything, talking to everyone, getting it all done, I refer to that girl as Satan in female form. And that girl came here with a very specific assignment to get me to step down away from God. That was her specific assignment. That's what she was there for. That's what she was trying to do. That's what she did. It didn't do it effectively. It didn't work on me because of my mentality. My mentality knew what to do in the situation. So my internals were protecting myself. However, she came with a fucking agenda, an evil assignment. So baby girl, if you think that we don't understand the game that you're playing, well, not only do I understand it, but these demons can hop inside human flesh and start tricking you and playing with you and deceiving you. So we're about to get into all that shit right here, right now. We're not holding back because it was always destiny that this would happen. All right. You're a baby girl. There's the tall black figures, right? I remember that happened to me one time too. Now, this is when I'm much younger too. Like I remember there was two tall black figures. When I'm waking up right now. Oh, this is what happened. I'll give you the story. Oh, I'm getting the goosebumps. Okay. I must be like in middle school, maybe like 6th grade or some shit. I'm waking up. I usually will like wear glasses and shit at this time. So what happens is I'm thinking like, okay, I'm waking up. The sun is coming up. It's like the dawn, right? And then all of a sudden, while I'm still asleep, I see a picture of Jack Nicholson in the movie. Where's the movie where he turns into like a killer and he's like going off and killing all those kids and shit?
I don't know.
Damn it. This is important to the story. Here's Johnny. Jack Nicholson here. The Shining. Okay, yeah. That picture comes up in my sleep, right? But it's upside down. And it's more of his full body. And it's upside down. Like I'm getting goosebumps again. It's upside down and it stays in my mind as if it's been inserted into my mind. So you got to understand when it comes to the world of witchcraft and Satanism and evil imagery, that the first attack, you got to understand that like you're created in the image of God. So the first thing that God did was create your mind to be able to connect with him so you could have a relationship with him. The very first attack that the devil will do is attack your mind. Right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be the devil. It's the devil, and there's over 200 fallen angels. There's Azazel. There's Samyaza. There's so many different fucking fallen angels, and they all have like their different break off of hubs and stuff that they go into, right? So it might be a legion of demons or different demons that you're dealing with. I'm seeing this image of Jack Nicholson. I can't move again because like fucking sleep paralysis or whatever is happening, right? Like you can't move in these situations. They hold you. So then when I finally do wake up, I see two dark, tall, black figures. They kind of look like they're in reality and not in reality. And they're also holding a scythe, ironically. So it's like Grim Reaper vibes. And then after a few seconds of like I'm getting the goosebumps again. After seeing that for a little bit, fades away. And I'm just sitting there like, nah. Like, ain't no way. Like, I'm trying to process this information. Like, I'm effectively going through cognitive dissonance. Mm-hmm. Is this real? Is this not? Is this a nightmare? Is this my imagination? Is it because I don't have my glasses on? Am I seeing it blurry type shit? What the fuck were you going through? Tell us, Amelia. Okay, so this is when you're a baby, that picture. You get a little older. When is your next interaction with the demonic?
I'd say around like 7, 8. I used to see like a black figure like through the kitchen window because my room was across, and it would have like smoke coming out.
Black figure smoke?
Like just smoke. It was a black figure with smoke.
Yeah, I am aware of these.
And I would always tell my mom, I'm like, oh, there's like a man with smoke coming out. in
It
the
was male.
window.
It was
Yeah,
male?
I
Okay.
feel like he was a male.
About how tall?
I would say like a good like 5'10".
Okay. So tall, about 5'10". And what did you feel its intentions were at that time towards you? What was it trying to do or wanting to
It
do?
was just watching me.
Monitoring
Genuinely,
spirit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to teach you again what the fuck is a demon, right? So in the Holy Bible, what happens is that God creates the angels, God creates the human. There are the watcher angels, which I hope that you girls get a chance to read the book of Enoch right one day. This is like ripped out of the Bible stuff, right? So Enoch, Jasher, Jubilee, first and second book of Adam and Eve, the 12 testaments of the patriarch, the book of Susanna, Bel and the Dragon. I just named 7 books that I read that are torn out the Bible, right? Because this is what they do. It's very evil. So now what happens is that when it came to Eve being seduced by the serpent into biting the apple, when Eve bit the apple, the fall of man did not happen. Sin did not enter the earth. Because her role, she was created to help Adam. She was there. He's number 1, she's number 2, right? Like, so this fucking retard sees that she's coming out to bring him the apple. In all honesty, if I was there, or if Adam had any like wisdom to himself at this time, he could be like, yo, God, listen, like she did this. It was, accident, mistake. Sorry about that out here. Can we just correct all this real quick? She ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and you said don't do that. Can we kind of like rectify this for you? Everything should be fine. Motherfucker says, nah. He makes a choice. He makes a decision. Bites the apple. The fall of man. Here we are. Sinners in the flesh, right? So now they go from a glorified body to this flesh suit, right? Which at the time, the closest thing to having flesh would have been animal. So there's God, angels, man, animal. There's layers to this. Now, what happens is that there's angel. See, that was deception is what I was trying to get at. That they were deceived. So a fallen angel that God created, Lucifer, goes and uses deception to get them to bite the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. However, Lucifer, that was not what his choice. What he decided to do was rebel against God in an attempt to be God. So because he does this is an unforgivable act. This is rebellion. This is, I hate God. I'm going to be God. This is a big FU. So now what happens is he's cast down to the earth. And hell and all that. I'll get into the specifics of that later, but he's cast out of heaven is the point. And a third of the angels fell with him, right? So there's multiple fallen angels that are out like, you know what? Fuck this. We hate these humans created in the image of God. God was giving them too much attention. Let's rain fucking tyranny and havoc on these humans. Now, keep in mind, these angels can go from the physical form to the spiritual form whenever the fuck they want. Probably is happening right now, to be honest. You probably met one or two and you know it, right? So now they see the earth women and say, man, earth women are beautiful. Can you ladies relate to that at all? No, I'm saying we got some beautiful ladies up in the building. Make sure you hit them up on Instagram. We got destiny.heaven, right, with 2 E's. You guys remember that from last time? And go ahead and spell out your IG so they follow you.
Forever EMSSS.
Hell yeah. Forever M's.
Yes.
There we go. Make sure you guys follow them right now, right? So the fallen angels have sex with the earth women. When the earth women give birth, they give birth to giants, David and Goliath, right? These giants are also known as Nephilim. When a Nephilim dies, their soul is never meant to go to heaven. Their soul can go to hell. But really what happens is we would best refer to them as disembodied spirits. Those disembodied spirits are demons. They have nowhere to go. So demons will do anything to get inside of a body. They want your fucking body, and they'll do whatever it takes to get there. They don't give a fuck if they have to go through idols, little pots, little figurines. They don't care if they have to go through drugs. They don't care if they have to go through drinks. They don't care if they have to go through LSD, ayahuasca, whatever the fuck it takes for a demon to go inside of your body and take possession of your body is its only mission. Can you relate to that?
Yes.
Give us the sauce. What do you relate to on here, Amelia?
I do believe the things that I see are demons.
You know they are.
Yeah, I know they are.
Tell me what you see, baby girl. What is it?
Like I said, it's just black figures and hearing things.
Tell me what you hear. What's like the most memorable or the last couple times you heard a demon speak to you, and what was it trying to do?
Telling me like...
Oh, intrusive thoughts. We'll get to that
yeah,
too.
the intrusive thoughts and stuff. Oh, they tell me like speak to me. Hey, how are you?
Mm-hmm.
Or saying my name.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it comes to intrusive thoughts, like push that person or do this or do that. It really depends.
Commit evil.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've already got into the background of, killers will say that too. I'm not saying that has anything to do with you, but this is a common thing, right? Jeffrey Dahmer, motherfuckers, they go through the similar things. Okay, so we've already established that your mind is created with the ability to use logic and beautiful feelings and made to nurture, and you have a bunch of instincts that are built into you. But your mind is mostly meant to be able to connect with God and have a relationship with God. Now, because of that, the first thing that they do is attack the mind. And you're going through it at full force, which is crazy. So when they say, hey, how are you? Is it seductive or is it
I feel fear.
Fearful?
Yeah.
It's to commit fear on you. Okay. So does the fear work? Do you feel afraid of the demons?
Well, since I'm medicated now, it doesn't scare me as much because I know for a fact it's not real. Like, it's real, but it's not real. I don't know how to explain it.
I understand. Yeah. And in my mentality, I do believe that there's a world where you don't need a single medication at all. I do believe that there's a world where you can work on your spiritual life and get so healthy in her spiritual life that there's nothing that you would need. You would just be 100% Amelia. Like, is your kidneys okay? Is like your heart okay? Like, is your vital organs fine? Everything else is fine?
Yeah.
It's just schizo and
it's just, I'm in a mood disorder.
That is the complementary side of the schizophrenia?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure.
Right. What was the thing that you said was complementary to the schizo? Goes back with that?
Oh, the bipolar.
The bipolar.
Yeah.
Okay, so schizo and bipolar are both demonic conditions. In fact, I've talked to people that know that they can't diagnose what schizophrenia is because it is a demonic possession. So they just, again, they cope. They come up with a bunch of bullshit. Now, with you, I do remember describing demonic components in your life, and it's not at this level. Yours is definitely more like the family being destructive. It's a lot of like narcissism back and forth. It's a lot of BPD back and forth. And then it's a lot of internal turmoil from being just constantly pressured and constantly abused and cast aside and constantly discarded to the point where it does affect you because you're a human being and you're not supposed to be treated this way. And if you do treat somebody this way, there is repercussions. You'd agree?
Yes.
Now, do you relate? Actually, are you both people pleasers?
Yeah, I was just telling IC yesterday that I need to stop doing that.
Me too.
All right, let's start with you on people pleasing, and then we'll get to you on people pleasing.
What do you want to know?
Okay. I like you, and I like you. I like talking to you girls. I have a lot of fun with you. You don't need to go out of your way to like make me want to be around you. However, in a people-pleasing component is usually something around the lines of, it goes along the lines of like, I was abused so much, so now I've adopted the traits of I need to treat people almost as if I'm putting them on a pedestal to get some sort of respect because I'm always used to being lower for somebody else to be higher. Are these dynamics familiar to you in the way that I said them? And how do you find yourself applying these dynamics to your relationships when it comes to people pleasing?
Yes, I have a tendency to put people on a pedestal. But this is what I also just learned in therapy, and I hate this word, so me and my therapist agreed that we wouldn't say this word, but I also have a fear of abandonment because of my BPD. So right. I tend to put people on a pedestal because I'm afraid they're going to leave me, and I'm doing everything because I want them to stay.
Right. And then that's why I was asking about the childlike behavior, because I do know other people with BPD.
The age regression, yeah.
Yeah. Does that happen to you still?
It happens to me when I'm in a relationship that I tend to age regress. Obviously, it's been years since I've been in a relationship, so I haven't age regressed since then.
You know, I actually was just talking to one of my guys in the Brotherhood, and he brought to my attention a girl that he was dating. And while he was describing her personality characteristics, this was like 2 weeks before you came on the pod. While he was describing her personality characteristics, I was like, she has a personality disorder. She has BPD. The way that he was dealing with it. And you know what the crazy thing is for him is that it was tiring him the fuck out. It was wearing him down. The girl, he loved her so much. She was his first, or no, other way around. He was her first. And all of his male protector instincts are coming out. All he wants to do is love her, shelter her, make her feel safe, protected, all these things. But due to her own internal wiring and not having any of the skills that you have in self-awareness for BPD, she's out here living with her mom, no restraints on the BPD. She's just BPD and up and down the place, no remorse. Homeboy couldn't understand it, didn't know how to take it. Ultimately, he kind of was left in a position not to even walk away from her, but to just kind of put her like on the side. Like you can be over here, but like I gotta go do shit, and like maybe if you cool down, like at best you're a side chick right now, but like I don't know what to fucking do with you because you're just crazy, right? So that is how his brain worked, and that's just what he had to do. He's like, fuck, I can't give her the attention I wanted to give her. I wanted to put her on like the wife, or like the main girl. Like I want this one to be the one, but no matter how much energy he put into it, he couldn't get anything out of it. So now you're filled with much more awareness, right?
Mm-hmm.
With abandonment and your therapist, why is it that you don't want to say abandonment?
I just don't like the word abandonment. Like, I don't like saying, because yes, this year I have a lot of people has left, and I've also cut off a lot of people, but I don't ever want to say that like, oh, they abandoned me, because at the end of the day, they made their choice to leave, you know? So I was telling my therapist, I told her it's a fear of rejection and being left behind. Just say that. Don't say
Like a fear of missing out.
yeah.
You might as well hold it from here. Like,
Yep.
There you go, girlie. Okay, so fear of missing out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, for me, not having BPD, studying it at the level that I've studied it at, because like I'm not a fucking doctor. I just, like I said, know a bunch of crazy bitches, and I know some dudes with BPD too. So like it's weird to see a man regress to a childlike state. That shit. I've actually heard therapists say that they can't deal with the men at all, because like if the girl tires you out, the guys are way more fucking aggressive, so it's very hard.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. To me, it is an actual internal component of abandonment that you're going through. It is abandonment. When saying it, hearing it, does the truth feel like it is offending you?
It doesn't offend me because it's the truth. Like, that's what BPD is. BPD is the fear of abandonment. BPD is putting the person you love on a pedestal and losing yourself in that relationship. Like, all that's true. But I don't like associating myself with, like, BPD. Like, yes, I'm very much open about it, but I just hate the fact that I have it.
I was gonna say, does it hurt you?
Yeah, 100%.
Bring the mic closer to your mouth, baby girl.
Sorry.
You can hold it. You can hold it from the bottom if you want. Whatever floats your boat kind of thing. Okay, so do you like Destiny?
Of course.
I like Destiny. We fucking love you. Just the way that you are. Like, you are who you are. Like, we have no problem with who the fuck you are. So what are you going through internally? Why do you feel like you need to get rid of it? Because we only know you with it.
Well, no, I can't get rid of it, but this is just something like there's no medication for BPD. There's no just fixing it. There's just DBT and structure. And that's why I say, like, I come to learn, I thrive off of structure. I thrive off of a routine. So every day
I know some motherfuckers that need structure.
Every day that I wake up, I have a to-do list and I write out my to-do list.
Yeah.
And because, you know, I have depression, anxiety, and all that stuff, my goal is to always do one thing off of my to-do list.
Right. So you keep moving forward, keep accomplishing your goals, keep getting it done. As a man, that is perfect. Like, I get the bros accomplishing their goals. They can't do anything. They need to shut the fuck up, lock in, get it done. And in general, I think that's a good discipline for people. It's a good, like have you guys ever seen the movie Crazy Rich Asians?
Yeah.
All right. So I just put this thing in my story because last night I was letting it play while I was working on some stuff. Because I told you, I'm definitely a romantic motherfucker. Right. So I just let that play in the background because it just makes me think like, man, there's so many beautiful things I want to do for my wife one day, you know? But at the same time, the reason that I put the scene on my story is that the woman was a modern woman that this guy had brought, and she's hearing from the old school, the lady who's older and been in a successful marriage. And she says, look, I was going to Cambridge. I was going to be a lawyer. When I met my husband, I made the conscious decision to drop out of law school so I can run the business with my husband. The most attractive fucking thing that you could... my ears just perked up hearing that shit. Like, yo, the most attractive thing a woman could do is fucking run that thing with you. And then raise a family. Nothing more beautiful. Something that just used to be the normal world, right? And then she looks at the girl in the face and she says, I made the conscious decision to do that, but that probably sounds old and outdated to you. And seeing the shock on the girl's face of realizing reality, that the job does not give a fuck about you. The job does not matter. The job can come and go, but raising a family is like the most... Congratulations on being auntie, by the way. There's no better special feeling in the world. I would do anything to just invest in my last name through my kids, my wives, you know what I'm saying? I am that kind of guy. We'll see how it happens type shit. And there's nothing I don't want to invest in fucking Prime America. I don't want to invest in Telecorp. I don't want to invest in Apple. I don't want to invest in fucking Microsoft. I don't want to invest in the American military. Shout out to you guys, but I've seen the weird shit you've been doing overseas. I got some videos that I could leak and shit. Shout out to like all these companies. I don't give a fuck about none of you, and none of you give a fuck about me. Remember the story I told you about Sears? That guy was saying, I worked in this company, it was fine. All these corporations are against human life. We've seen it with 2020. We've seen it with hantavirus or whatever. Fuck that. You know, we see that these things will take and take and take, and you can be career driven and go and give and give and give. But unless you're building something for yourself, which is the American dream, it's not going to really matter. But the primary core of the American dream is family. Now, the thing about that is that we're going through some weird family dynamics here, right? So the thing that I wanted you to kind of open up about again is the dynamics and situations that you go through with your mother. That's highly relatable.
I don't talk to my mom, so...
All right. How did it get to that point? Why is it there? Shout out to my dog, know what I'm saying? Broski, I might need you to pop in real quick and say, what up? Know what I'm saying? How did it get that way with your mother? Little closer than my projected voice, baby girl.
My mom chose to believe somebody else over me, and I was like, I just don't need that in my life. That's surely it, like...
She chose to leave somebody, you said?
No, she chose to believe somebody else over me.
Oh, in what scenario?
I guess this person was telling my mom that I was selling drugs and I was doing a whole bunch of other stuff. And my mom straight up asked me. I was like, to a point that you have to ask me, like, no, like, I'm done. And I literally told my mom because I was so mad. I was like, if you hang up on this phone call, I'm not talking to you ever again. And she hung up.
Right. Okay. And there were situations like this before, right? Like, have you been kicked out of the house by her?
Yeah, I've been kicked out.
How many times would you say that your mother made you absolutely feel discarded? You can't even count it.
Yeah.
Is this relatable for you, Amelia?
Yeah, in a way.
Explain. How?
Well, I still talk to my mom, but we just clash a lot. We never really got along.
When did that start happening?
As soon as I got into high school, really.
Yeah. And I think we were talking about like there's jealousy between the two of you, or there's like anger, or there's trying to pull you down, or like what is the main thing that like pushes the relationship to be like conflicting?
I feel like we both have different mindsets.
Right.
And that can clash, you know. I know she wants the best for me, but maybe I'm not getting any handouts. Maybe I'm not getting any help, and I have to do what I have to do.
Yeah, what I remember is that I think you were saying something along the lines of you go through contrarian conversations with her.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the mindset? Like, what the fuck is that about? Give us the sauce.
Nothing. She's just... It's her way or no way.
Mm.
It's
Power.
very, like,
Control?
Yes. It's very her
And
way.
does the control need to push you down?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so she's pushing you down with control. That would mean that she's afraid of you, yeah? Is that a dynamic?
I don't know, to be honest.
She might. Okay, so that usually is like you're on the come up. You're going to live a life that's better than her. You could amount to like a better thing than her. You could be more special, which is probably true. I haven't met her, but like I could see how that would work for Amelia based on getting to know you. Why do you think that you have a clashing mentality? Her mentality is all control, and I'm about to ask you about people pleasing in a second. What is your mentality usually like?
As in my mentality, as in what? As in...
Or the clashing mentality towards your mother. Yeah.
My mentality is pretty bad when it comes to her. I'm going to be honest.
Let's go. Bring it. Whip out the sauce. Just get that mouth close to the mic.
It brings me down. My biggest problem was I just wanted someone to love me properly.
Mm.
And she couldn't understand that.
And you weren't getting that.
No. And I craved it, and I craved it, and I craved it.
No, I just got a phone call. It's really important. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead. Go take it. If you want to, you could step outside there, step in my room, shit, whatever. Okay, so. But come back in when you're done. Okay, so. She didn't love you properly. That has a lot of layers to it, right? Because that would then mean that she wasn't giving you love. And you needed this at that point in time. What was happening? Instead of getting the love that you need as a human being to be nourished and being a sweet baby girl, right? What dynamic were you actually going through with your mother?
She wouldn't let me breathe. She wouldn't let me be. I couldn't have friends, couldn't even have a boyfriend, barely had a phone. I wanted to live a normal life, a normal kid life.
So she's keeping you prisoner, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so she needs to control you and keep you as a prisoner. Why?
And we don't know the answer. I don't know why. I've always wondered why, but I don't know what's her objective.
And you were feeling as if you were walking around eggshells around her during this time?
All the time.
Okay. So you can't have friends, and you need to be under her control. So, and you can't have friends. So then, all right, let's say it's a normal day. You wake up in the morning, right? How do you live your life? Being around her, walking on eggshells? Like, is she verbally abusive, gets loud, gets violent, screams, doesn't like...
of course.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so get into the verbal abuse. What's that like, and how would that make you feel?
It would hurt me a lot, not gonna lie. I've never understood why she was very angry and things would happen and she would just go and blame it on us. Like, wouldn't understand. Yeah, I guess something will piss you off, but it has nothing to do with me.
So I'll tell you what it sounds like, but again, I haven't met her and I'm still getting the information. But this type of getting loud usually is called narcissistic charge. So a narcissist, assuming that she has narcissistic qualities, which I think that we established that she did, needs to use you as if they are a tentacle of an octopus, right? So to her, you're not even her daughter. You are an extension of her, and she needs to control you. And you can never see that she's a narcissist, so she has to wear a mask. So what happens is that when the narcissist is running low on their perceptive reality of who they are in the world, because she's probably nice with everyone else but evil towards you.
She is nice to everyone.
Nice to everyone but evil towards you, the narcissist, right? So she wears the mask that she wants you to see at this time. But there's a point in time where this drains the narcissist mentality, And to get the charge back, they need to do the verbal abuse on a good soul. They have to basically drain you of your goodness to charge back up. It's called narcissistic charge. It's a real thing. In fact, here, I'm going to give you my phone to look it up real quick and see if that's relatable. Give you the vibes real quick. So, here, let me pull that up for you. Okay. Narcissistic charge. Okay, here. Tell me read whatever you see there and tell me if that's relatable or whatever. Yeah, read it into the mic, girl. We on a pod. People got to hear the sauce.
Yeah, basically.
It's that?
Yeah.
All right, so explain to us what you just read. Speaking to the mic. Let's go. Tell me the vibes.
What I just read is more like the victimizing and also putting, like I said, problems that have nothing to do with me
on you.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's talk about the people pleasing, which is like the natural response to going through this type of abuse, because this type of abuse is usually undiagnosed. And because it's undiagnosed, you never really get the results that you need as a person, because what happens is that if you try to tell people that the narcissist is a narcissist, you're like, but she's good to me. What's wrong with you? Maybe it's you, right?
Yeah.
So you're kind of trapped in this prison, in this cage, walking on eggshells, and you're going through it, and you're basically going through it alone. Did that lead you to be a people pleaser because you weren't being loved properly, or how did you go about like dealing with this?
How did it lead? People pleasing. I am a people pleaser. It just made me want someone like me to have people to like me more, want people to see me, love me, because I wasn't getting that. Right.
So then let's say like you're dealing with the actual narcissistic abuse at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would you handle it when she's like basically screaming at you and shit?
I'll just go like lock myself in the room or in the bathroom.
Okay. So then do you think that you are having demonic encounters at this time? Or like, do you see this leaking into other areas of your life? Because I'll tell you straight up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make this very clear. Narcissists go to hell. Like, I'm going to just make this very fucking clear, okay? There is not a single fucking narcissist. I'm not God. I'm not the judge. I'm not Jesus. But I'm going to tell you straight up, based on everything I've researched, these motherfuckers are going to hell. There's just nothing that they do that's good. In fact, I know of some people called covert Christian narcissists. Like, they'll go into the church and present themselves as this great thing, but they're deep down fucking evil.
Oh, God.
Right? And that's kind of how the demonic game is played. Like, there's a common colloquialism where, like, the devil will present to himself as an angel of light. Nothing but beauty. You don't know what's going on behind that beauty. Because why would he come to you with, like, a pitchfork and horns? It's going to scare you. He's got to insert himself in different ways. Okay, so you're going through schizophrenia. You're going through the control of your mother. You're walking on eggshells. You're not allowed to have a phone. You're not allowed to have friends. You're going through verbal abuse all the time. You are a fucking prisoner. Right?
Yeah.
And I mean, how did that make you feel? This got to be like the lowest of the low.
I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted, and I want one day that I can be myself and I can be happy for who I am and not have to worry about other people bashing me or talking down on me for doing what I want or being who I want.
Now, would you say that it's mostly this abuse is coming from her? What, like, other people at school?
No, it's mostly from her.
It's her, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And she knows that you're kind of in a powerless position in the sense that you're her child and you're still like on the come up and you need like resources or a husband or money or something to put you in a position of freedom or a position of power to be out of her reach. But with unlimited power, she abuses with you unlimitedly, right?
Yeah.
Now, at this time, we got to go through the come up of Amelia Earhart. Just kidding. That's not her last name. Her last name is Forever M's at Instagram. Forever M's. That's her name.
Thank
so.
you.
give us a story of Amelia. Like, you're coming up, there's demons in the background of this baby picture on the Polaroid. You've seen the demonic. You're locked in. You know this shit. The pictures are told to be burned. Your first experience with the demonic, which is, again, schizophrenia, bipolar, that is 100% demons. You are discovering this in high school, 16?
Actually, like I told you, I started seeing around 7, 8, like the figure in my windows.
That's when you started seeing the tall black
Yeah.
figures at 5'10"?
Yeah.
At age 7 to 8. Okay, now, how frequently would that happen?
Every night.
Every single night. That is demonic oppression. Okay. Now...
And it became like a regular thing. Like, I got used to it. Like, I know it's going to be there.
In your family, is mom and dad a Christian?
No.
Follower of Jesus Christ?
From my knowledge, barely.
Are you raised as a Christian in any way whatsoever?
No, I was just raised as in believe what you want to believe.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I've heard that shit before. Okay. So, what were they just like not dealing with religion? They're just human beings? Or like what is the vibes of like mom and dad?
I just think they weren't like really like caught on to religion like that.
Just whatever. Like they're
Yeah.
like there's being in the world and then there's being of the world. So being of the world is falling to like all the 7 deadly sins, the lust, the pride, the greed, all the things that like if you go into the corporate world, they're gonna reward a narcissist, right? They're gonna reward evil behavior if you're fucking cutthroat, ruthless, evil, fucked up.
course.
You're going all the way to the top, baby. But if you're humble, loving, kind, gentle, perseverant, patient, sweet, merciful, grateful, those are not rewarded.
I know.
But they're the inner components of the makeup of who you are. And you've made it pretty clear. You're the type of person who does want to be a wife. You do want to have kids. You do want to live pretty much damn near traditional. You both do. You're pretty much like both on that vibe. But you both get attacked a lot for being that way on the inside.
Actually, I have mixed feelings about that because growing up,
Yeah.
my grandmother very much lives a traditional life, and I hate that for her.
Okay. Give us a sauce. What's going on there?
I just wish her husband does more for her. Like, my grandmother recently had surgery, and it's like, why are you getting up and taking care of the kids? Why can't he get up and why can't he provide more? So,
Well, because she had the surgery, why can't he help out?
yeah. Like,
Or like hire somebody or like get like someone in there?
my
Or like
grandmother, like, cooks, cleans, does everything for this man. And me personally, I never want to like subjectify myself the way that my grandmother does. Like, I want a traditional life, but I'm not gonna do traditional things. You may catch me cooking, cleaning here and there, but like, hell no, I'm not gonna lie. I expect my husband to provide that stuff.
Now, are you being like specific to the condition of the surgery? He should have stepped in and done more?
Yeah, my grandmother had her a hysterectomy, so she had her ovaries removed.
Oh God, yeah. Hysteria. Right?
Yeah.
Hysteria comes from that word hysterectomy. It's motherfucker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she had a hysterectomy. She's bedridden for this time being, right? Like she can't move and shit. And you're saying what? He just doesn't like. How old are the kids? Because I'm thinking grandma. Like the kids got to be like fucking 30, 40. Like what the fuck?
My grandmother has custody of my cousins.
How old are they?
6 and 5.
Why the fuck are these kids with the? This is very nuanced. This is leaving general roles. This is leaving like this is a whole other thing. This is a family situation now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we got abuelita, abuelito, see, dealing with the bambinos, and he's not helping out with the kids. Why? Who the fuck owns these kids? Who made these kids?
Oh God. Jesus.
One of her kids
Hey.
does.
One of her kids, and
Yeah.
why is we leaving the kids with the hysterectomy grandma?
She has custody of them. She's fully adopted them.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now we're getting into very specific situations. So like this is not like something we could give advice on general, right?
No.
It's not generalized at all. This is very like specific to the situation.
Yeah, but because of how I see my grandmother going above and beyond, because she doesn't have to have custody of these kids could have been in foster care. But because I see how my grandmother goes very much above and beyond and how she lives a traditional life, I very much like hated that part, because I'm not trying to talk shit on her husband, but I see my grandmother struggle a lot in all aspects that I don't want to struggle in. Like, that's why I'm so much.
Well, like knowing you,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that's even in the cards for you? Because I don't really see in any dynamic this being hard for you.
Like being traditional?
No, it's not. You have what it. You can be traditional, Destiny. I see that all over you and stuff, right? Like you definitely have that side to you that like, look at your communication style. You just want to be valued and appreciated and loved, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty easy to fucking do. So like this, you're just ultimately saying, I just don't want to be like in a mistreated relationship. You're basically saying, I don't want to be undervalued at all.
Yes, 100%.
That's what you're trying to articulate, really. Because you're saying, okay, look, this woman went above and beyond, and when I'm down and out, please step in and help me. Like, what the fuck, right? That is a little bit more like marriage.
Yeah, like he does his part, but I mean, like, what? I wish he did more for her.
What would that look
100%.
like? What is he not doing that you would want him to do?
Just financially, like, I know he pays the bills, but my grandmother also pays the bills.
What is this, like a 50-50 relationship? This is
I
really
believe
weird for the older
100%
couple.
that he should pay all my grandmother's bills, and that he should provide for her.
What does she do for work?
She's retired.
So they're coming out of her retirement fund, and he's still working, and they're both paying?
They're both retired.
Interesting.
But it's like he should be able to provide more for her.
Yeah. Now, back a little bit more to like your dynamics, right? Like I get that you brought that up, but like we can loop back to that and stuff, right? I don't see this being a problem in your life, really. That situation does suck. But in talking to you, there's definitely fucking demons all up and down your life. Especially when it comes to like your situation with your mom. That shit is so clear. So actually my boy over here, he's reading a book that I had read myself. It's called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. And it gives you a real insight onto how the devil uses his tactics. He'll say things like, for it is I that make sure that the cigarette is in the mouths of the youth. For it is I that make sure that marriage has arguments all up and down it. And I thrive on this. Right? Like the devil uses every single tactic possible to hurt, manipulate, and destroy. But when you're not taught that and you're only going through it, like I'm getting the goosebumps again, you're only in a reactionary state. Whereas if you read this book, you're more like training for war. And as I've told you, I had that whole thing happen because I'm overtrained for war. So I constantly find myself in it. Right?
Yeah.
It's funny how God shapes his tools. Now, I'm hoping that as you listen to me kind of like give Amelia a diagnosis here, that you kind of can see how this overlaps with your life in a lot of areas, especially the fucking mother. Because what happens is that you both have like that pureness to you and feminine innocence on the inside, even though this wouldn't be a crash out sometime, you motherfucker. Just kidding, Destiny. But because the devil will see you in a place of purity but unable to defend yourself, so they're going to go in and use anybody to hurt you. It doesn't matter who the fucking family member is, but they start with the family because it's the biggest like FU that demons can do to God. They're like, look, you see, you made the family unit so it can be strong and be prosperous and be a beautiful thing. So we're going to go and ruin that first. So the people are destabilized because strength comes from structure and strength comes from stability and stability comes from family. And if they can destabilize the family, they're going in and dividing and conquering all up and down America. We've got the weakest family units of all time ever. That's got to be like a common. Would you disagree with me that we have the weakest family units of like all the countries?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? How do you feel about that?
No comment.
Okay. So using your mother is essentially like saying that demons are hopping in mommy and tearing you down straight up. or if they're not hopping inside of her actual body, they are influencing her to hurt you, and they're doing the same thing to you. It's so fucking clear. Like I said, do you think being pulled down is coming, like pulled down? Who's doing that? Who would pull somebody down? Is it the devil, or do you think God would want to pull you down versus like God lifting you up? Where do you think it's coming from? Because you girls constantly find yourself in a situation where you're being pulled down. So and that power that you were describing, push down. It's like a very evil dynamic, right? Okay, so now you're dealing with, oh man, I talked about triangulation with both of you before, right? Did you think about that any further? Was there any situations where, besides, there was that one situation. Give us like a scenario where you had been triangulated by mother.
What do you mean?
So triangulation is like, if she can't have power over you, she'll go get someone else to have power over you at the time.
Yeah, my mom one time offered like 2-3K to someone to bring me down back to her house without my knowledge.
That's a lot of money. No.
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to read this out loud into the microphone.
Of course.
Tell me if you relate.
Narcissistic triangulation is a covert manipulation tactic where the narcissist pulls a third party, such as a friend, ex-partner, or colleague, into a two-person conflict. By doing so, they shift the power balance, control the narrative, avoid accountability, and force others to compete for their attention and validation.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah. That bitch is a demon. Straight up. I'm trying to tell you, man. That bitch is a demon. Have you ever seen any sort of shadowy stuff coming out of her or anything? Ever had any experiences like that? Anything in your mind? Any like tentacles?
No,
anything? No?
Nothing really. No.
Interesting. So then, okay. You're now seeing narcissistic charge, narcissistic triangulation, and the need for power over you, right? And I think that there is jealousy dynamics, but this person, if this person is wired this way, they're fucking wired this way. They're out to destroy you. And if you were narcissistic, they can't destroy you because there's nothing. You're not food. Because our narcissist is like empty on the inside, but you're full of life on the inside. But if you were also empty on the inside, they can't extract value out of you. They can't extract your soul. They can't extract your spirit. There's nothing to narcissistically charge up. You have to be filled with good for them to do their bad. Now, you are 7'8". You're seeing the black figurines. You are now, when did you first get diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar?
Well, actually, I went undiagnosed for a couple years because my mom thought it was all in my head. You get it too?
I get it.
So then I actually started having like very crazy manic episodes, and like I started having really crazy manic episodes and like drug abuse.
Okay.
And that's when I really started noticing there was something wrong with me.
Give us a scenario of manic. We have an open crash out over here. Give us an idea of like what a manic episode is, and we'll relate it back to you real quick.
Well, I don't know if it has to do with the bipolar, but sometimes I wake up very angry, like extremely angry, and I just lash out.
That's very interesting.
And then I can literally just run out the house like a crazy person and just cry and scream like nothing happened.
A lot of demonic attacks happen when you're sleeping. Now, how would you crash out, Destiny? Was it like a normal crash out when you in that petty state?
I don't wake up angry, but like for me, it takes a lot to get me mad. So like if I'm crashing out, like you got me there, but I'm probably like showing up to your house, screaming, crying, like fuck you type shit.
Me
like,
too. I felt that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a relationship or towards your mother?
Both.
What would you do? Give us a sauce. We know you're Latina. What did you do?
Sorry, Pookie. I feel bad for him sometimes because I can't control it. Like, I have these nightmares.
Tell us about the nightmares.
Someone's always dying or someone's always chasing me and chasing me and chasing me, and I'm trying to reach somewhere I just cannot reach.
Running up that hill. Like, right? And when you're being chased, what feeling are you feeling?
It feels like fear. It feels scary.
Okay. So, how long has that been going on? When did it start? And you're 22 now. So how, like, let's try to get some years on this.
It started about in August, after like I got sent to a psychiatric. Well, I wouldn't say it was a psychiatric. It was just like a rehab center.
August last year?
No, well, yeah, last year, yeah.
August 2025?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. That's when these dreams started happening.
Yeah.
Was there a conduit to it? Were you involved with witchcraft? Was there a friend that was involved with witchcraft? Is there...
Honestly, I was taking a medication that just drove me to insanity.
What medication? Can you say it?
Klonopin.
Okay. Where'd you get the Klonopin? From the doctor?
Yeah,
or?
from my doctor.
Okay. You start taking Klonopin. What is your relationship with it like, and what starts happening from that moment? Because remember, pharmakia, that's a huge part of this shit.
I was very erratic. I was going out every single day. I didn't want to eat. I got super skinny. It was just like, I felt like I was going through a manic episode.
What does going out every single day mean?
I have to
Party?
do something. Party, beach, drink, something to make me feel something.
So you're feeling numb on the inside and you need to do something to feel something is the intention?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you don't do anything with the numbness, what happens? You go crazy?
Yeah.
Damn, girl, you really going through it. All right. So now with the bipolar, when did you get diagnosed with that?
I got diagnosed about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when did you first start noticing it? Because, see, this is another thing about bipolar is that I'll teach you kind of how this works in the demonic world, right? You girl, you've been in the military, right? You heard of MK Ultra and shit?
No.
You never heard of MK Ultra?
No.
You don't know about MK Ultra mind control, Manchurian candidates, none of that. Oh man, you girls, have you heard of mind control, MK Ultra?
No.
Okay, so let's talk about MK Ultra right here. This will go up in the fucking algorithm. There's so many videos on MK Ultra now, right? But MK Ultra is called Monarch Butterfly Programming, right? So Monarch is like an occultic symbol because the butterfly that they use is like a demonic piece of programming. Now, what you girls are dealing with is kind of like the side effects of programming because unless you have like a specific handler in the CIA, Miss needs a lobotomy, the way that she puts that out there, right? Though, unless you have like a specific handler coming in and programming your minds, you're getting it through demons, and the demons would use these tactics to do these things. You are dealing with it by proxy, which means that it's just like straight up your family. Like people in your family are like by proxy. Just proxy means that you two are within proximity to each other, next to each other, right? So the person next to you is causing your influence to be really fucking bad. And you don't all in the deeper that narcissist, like right now, her narcissistic mother can have what's called emotional enmeshment inside of her right now. So that means that even though the mom is somewhere else, anywhere in the world, she can actually feel when the mother is needing a narcissistic charge or being abusive, and she'll just send that signal through the airwaves and she'll start to feel it. Yeah? Yeah.
That's
See,
really
I know this shit.
I know my mom. I can feel when something's coming.
Actually, I'm going to have you read. Yeah, she can feel it. Okay. Because your mother has demonic hooks inside you. That's what that is. So, enmeshment. Go ahead and read this for us out loud again, please.
Okay.
And also, look at her tattoos. Just saying, she might know what she's doing.
Narcissistic enmeshment.
Closer to the mic, baby girl.
Sorry,
Let's go. Enmeshment.
Enmeshment is a dysfunctional relation dynamic where emotional boundaries are blurred, causing the line between where a narcissist ends and you begin to disappear. The dynamic heavily strips the victim of their anatomy, forcing their identity, mood, and daily choices to orbit around the narcissist's needs.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Keep reading if there's anything worth it in there.
Okay. Privacy lost, boundaries do not exist. Your personal thoughts, time, and choices are treated as communal property, asserting a need for space, and is frequently framed as betrayal secrecy. Often seen in a parent-child dynamic, the narcissist relies on you for emotional regulation, making you a surrogate, spouse, therapist, or confined in long before age appropriate. You struggle to make decisions or even identify your own preferences without instinctively checking the narcissist's mood or approval. Yeah.
Okay, is any of that relatable to you, Amelia?
Yes.
Tell us how. And give us like why what I said makes sense. Why is it that she could be anywhere on the earth? She could be in her grave and still doing it. And I'm not joking. People that go through narcissistic abuse complain that even when the people die, they can still feel the fucking hooks from hell. I'm getting the goosebumps. Pulling inside their internals, pulling them fucking down. And the reason I'm getting this goosebumps is because we're talking about the spiritual world, and it is true. Give us a sauce, Amelia. Why?
Why do I feel my mom? I can feel her. I genuinely don't know why I feel it, but I feel like it's like a soul connecting thing.
It is.
Between me. Like, I'm her daughter, obviously. I came out of her.
All right, so let's just make something clear.
Yeah.
In America, we don't really talk about the spiritual world a lot because we're fucking idiots about that. They just kind of brushed it out of our existence. You don't know about Tartaria. I have to go into fucking outer space being fake and all that shit later. I'll explain that. We were just talking about how she was never taught what a transitive verb is or an intransitive verb is or how to conjugate a verb. Do you know how to conjugate a verb?
I don't know.
24 years old, never heard of that, right? They took it out of the school system. Now they're doing Common Core math. Are you girls good at math? You're good at math. Are you good at math?
No.
Not your thing?
Not
Is there a subject that you were strong in particular?
I just suck at math. Well, I mean, like, I'm not gonna say I suck at math. I just need to be taught like one-on-one and like very slowly.
I'll tell you a whole other thing. The number 8 and the numbers 9 was switched in the 1600s, and math is very spiritual. Numbers come from God. They did everything that they could to despiritualize the numbers. Later, people started figuring out like angel numbers and shit, and they're kind of scratching the surface and they're kind of getting close to it, but numbers are extremely fucking spiritual. And our number system has completely wiped that out, or the way that we're taught it in school. So that's why most people are disinterested in it, because when you present it in a way where the math is literally of the devil, once you strip the spiritual side of it, a human can't take interest in something that doesn't connect with their soul. We'll get into all that later, right? But the way I'd say that your spirituality is kind of like the wind under a bird's wings. It just keeps you floating good. You're supposed to have a connection with God. Everything is inside of the Creator. The Creator is inside everything. You take that out, it's going to be bad. Now, Monarch, MK Ultra programming, what this is it's just demonic witchcraft, but it's repackaged as CIA brainwashing, right? So what they'll do is use like LSD and blah, 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 blah. Let me get you to the real stuff, right? In the real way that they do it, let's say that this is the human brain. What they need to do with a human brain is they need to start splitting the human brain through trauma, right? So what they'll do is, and our military does this openly. Like you could look into records, you could look into CIA, you could look into publications. What they'll do is they'll openly traumatize a human being. So they'll traumatize them through abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse. They'll put stuff on televisions. They'll beat the shit out of them, hit them with hammers. Something to cause trauma, because you need trauma to enter the mind. Trauma is programmable. So what will happen is they start to take the brain and they'll fracture the brain. So what happens is that they start fracturing and fracturing and fracturing the mind. And then they'll fracture the mind more and fracture the mind more and fracture the mind more. You are only diagnosed as bipolar through demons. You don't have a human doing this to you in the 3D world on purpose. And what happens is once they fracture the mind in all these different places, they'll plant a demon here and a demon here and a demon here, And what they'll do is they'll call upon the demons to come and enter these fragments of the mind. So then what will happen is they'll call upon each and every one of these demons to be a different personality. This will be the mailman. This will be the shooter. This will be the assassin. This will be the coworker, right? And they'll put all these different identities inside of the person that has gone through mind fracturing, MK Ultra, splitting of the mind. Now, for you, I've explained it in the extremities, and when you watch videos on this, it gets pretty scary if you haven't heard of this shit before the first time. But I'm here to teach and try to make it as sweet as I possibly can for you lovely young ladies. I am not trying to terrify you. I'm really trying to get you some justice here and trying to help you understand what you're going through and find relatability in it. Give you girls love, give you girls family. We're here to help each other, right? Now, in your situation, you're diagnosed as bipolar, the splitting of two minds. You can switch here and you can switch here, but you don't have control of when it switches. Now, over here, they control when it switches. It's usually Did I show you the Cardi B MK Ultra shit? Remember? Take the gift cards, take the gift cards, take the gift cards, and then she goes back to normal. MK Ultra mind programming. Those motherfuckers. Ebro in the morning. We know you're CIA. We know, motherfucker. It's not a real show. It's not authentic. You're not out there as an actual MC in New York. You're a part of the CIA agenda from a very specific group of people who run the country. Now, with you, when do you switch?
I really don't know. It just happens. And like I could be crying and then out of nowhere I'm happy like in the next 5 minutes.
And all right, who's Amelia? Who am I talking to right now?
I have no idea. Who's Amelia?
Okay. Then that is part of the demonic to keep you away from your real identity, right? So you're deep in this shit, but don't worry, we can pray you out. So you would have never met your other personality, huh? You don't know her?
A little.
What do you think your other personality is? And why do you believe you're diagnosed with bipolar? And is it bipolar disorder? Is it bipolar blah, blah, blah? What's the technical term that you're dealing with?
It's bipolar disorder.
Okay. When did you notice it? How did it get diagnosed?
Since I was young, I've always had like, I would hide under tables and cry, and then I don't know where I'll be fine. Like if nothing happened, really.
All right, so let me tell you something about that real quick. You with us, Des? You cool?
Mm-hmm.
All right, baby girl. So check this out. I've been in love with a girl before, right? And love is a very like beautiful thing where you're looking to like build this person up or looking forward to her, or you're happy about this, right? You're thinking like, man, I haven't seen her today, but fuck, I would buy the shit out of some flowers for her. But I can't do that right now because we're not in that phase of the relationship. But like, I would totally fucking do that, like type of thing, right? Like you're excited about this person. My mom and myself are aware of other people that have gone through love spells, right? This is the witchcraft. This is the demonic. She's seen it before with someone that's in the world of the influencers over there before that they became who they were. And I'm aware of it because I'm aware of Haitians that do shit. Okay, so what happens is that when you're in a love spell, you don't feel that excitement that I was just describing. You feel, let's see, I'm coming from a place of abundance. Give, protect, love, cover, shelter, safety, all these things, right? But the love spell is like you lock yourself in a room. You cry over the person. You're feeling heartbreak. You're coming from complete lack. You're begging, oh, I wish I had, like for a guy, oh, I wish I had this person. I wish. And then you're crying because you don't have her, to the point where my mom has literally witnessed someone heartbreak to death. That is of the demonic. So it's interesting that seems to overlap with what you're talking about, hiding under the tables and crying. What would be the conduit to which is making you cry in the first place? Sadness or?
I really have no idea.
Hysteria?
Maybe.
You're going through, what would you say that you think that it is in that time? Because I get you have no idea, so you might be actually blanking out. You might just, listen, with what happened to me in that medical thing, I described to you, the demonic pulled my soul out of my body, attacked the body. The spirit was still there. Without the spirit, you can't live. I'll show you girls what I'm talking about. Now, in your scenario, what do you think? I need you to just go with your gut.
I think it was like emotional abuse that I was going through, like genuinely. Because I grew up rough. Like I grew up with my grandparents. They're very old school.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing. I remember this very vaguely. But it was over a book. I know it sounds stupid, but it was over a book. Someone told me my mom is going to jail if I don't return that book. And it felt like, I was like, in second grade?
Uh-huh.
It felt like someone was being pulled away from me, like ripped from me.
Right.
And it built fear in me. Like, I know it sounds stupid, but I was a little kid.
It doesn't sound stupid at all. Like, objectively listening, there's nothing that doesn't make sense here. So the fact that you are putting yourself down was inserted into you. I see that. But keep telling the story.
Well, yeah, just I feel like knowing the fact that anyone can be pulled away from me scares me a lot.
Abandonment.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary, right? She's going through this at 2 years old. Let me ask you a question. Is it possible that to get into these emotional abuse, manic crying states, that you were pushed into so much abuse that the interpersonal girl inside you just snapped? Is there a possibility?
Yeah.
Because I think that not snap, but pretty damn fucking close to it has happened to you, where you're just abused and abused and abused to the point where, like, this is just what I am now. Like, you've used me as an emotional punching bag, and now I am I am the victim of damage.
So in BPD terms, we call that like splitting. Like for bipolar, it's called manic, but for me, like it's called a splitting episode.
Manic?
No.
What did you say? What was it called for her?
Manic. For her, it's like, I don't know, but like I've seen where it's like euphoria and doing drugs and all that stuff. For me, it's a fit of rage.
Right. You didn't go through drug episodes, did you?
No, mine says drinking.
Drinking. You went through drinking episodes, which is like that is closer to the demonic by the intention, but hers is just straight up demonic. It's just like that's what it is. Like she's being spiritually and physically abused in every direction, right? Yours is more like, hey, here's the gateway, come down temptation, motherfucker. Hers is like, we got you. We're going to make sure you do these fucking drugs and make an agreement with us in a demonic contract and fuck you up.
Basically.
Yes. See? It just made sense to her immediately. So when you're going through this emotional abuse, the fact that you're 2 years old, I wasn't expecting you to say that, right? So when do you think bipolar started getting diagnosed? This young, or was it like later?
I think when I was young.
Give me an idea.
I mean, I feel like growing up, you go through changes. You never know what you want, you know? But
Evolving.
Yeah, but for me, it was just a constant back and forth, and also doubting myself. I always believe I couldn't, like, do anything.
Where did that come from? Because your family should be building you up to never have self-doubt. I asked you earlier, Destiny, if you were to put esteem on me, would you say I have low self-esteem or high self-esteem?
High self-esteem.
So why is she being doubtful of herself? Where did that come from? You know what I mean? Like, why? Like, if she was being doubtful of herself in front of us, what do you think you and me are going to do immediately?
Try to cheer her up.
Right. Why is that so fucking natural for us? Why are you doubting yourself at this point in time? Like, where did that come from?
I have no idea.
Do you think it was self-inflicted, family, or demonic?
Self-inflicted, probably.
Yeah. So you're putting yourself down a lot at this point. But you're also probably being taught to put yourself down.
Yeah.
Man, that's dark. Okay. So bipolar happens, like, you're diagnosed around what, between the ages of 2 and 7?
I wouldn't say diagnosed. I just knew there was something wrong with me.
Aware of it,
Yeah.
then. You knew. You could feel it.
But it was due to my parents. They didn't believe in stuff like that, so I couldn't really see anyone.
And
so
ironically, they're
with
probably...
that growing up, and it just got worse and worse.
That's called neglect. Okay? So the disbelief and not hearing you out and not seeking out care is called neglect. So now you're learning to neglect yourself. That's actually something that I think you've gone through a lot, Destiny, is that you had been discarded so much that you started putting yourself down in certain situations where later that became people-pleasing. You know? But I would say you come off fully functional, but there's also that tender side that needs to be communicated with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I understand. Okay. Now, in recent years, when you're 22, when you're 20, you realize the schizophrenia?
Yeah, I started seeing, like, black figures more and more, like, passing my eyes, or literally I'll be walking midnight and it's just a tall black figure.
Now let's talk about the intrusive thoughts, right? Because like I said, Satan goes through the mind. Demons go through the mind. They need the mind. And you're saying that it's coming from the intention of fear. You're getting chased at night through fear. You're seeing black figures all the time. There's an increase in demonic activity. What triggered it?
Not to get too personal, but maybe my father.
We don't have to get more personal than you're
Yeah.
willing to.
My
Luckily,
father, most likely.
I understand where you're coming from. So, did he trigger it earlier in life or later in life?
I think earlier in life.
Okay, so the repercussions of the relationship started manifesting later in life. You know what's funny? What I learned in the spiritual when I did get, I don't usually say this, but when I had that thing happen to me where I had to get that thing in my head, that happened when I was 13. And the assignment that was able to carry through with that, which was a full-blown demonic attack, did it at that age specifically because at that time, this is when a boy becomes a man through that mentality back then. So these type of attacks happen in April. This thing that just happened to me recently happened in April, fucking 21 years later, because there's a certain power that these demonic entities work through in these timelines. Now, what I think is happening is that a traumatic portal, and they're like, if you read the first and second book of Adam and Eve, Adam, after he fell, he would be talking to God about opening up heavenly portals so he could see from where he was into the heavens. But the counterfeit, the devil, opens up demonic portals. And what I'm able to see here, based on my knowledge, is that what happened with that relationship resulted in demonic portals being able to manifest later in life. Your age may be significant to that, or it might be like whatever the assignment is required of you at this time. So for there to be an increase in activity, there is a portal that they're coming out of. You know, so you're seeing it in the eye and through the eyes, and you're hearing it more. So you're getting sight and sound, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Is this why they said that you're schizophrenic?
It could be.
What was the trigger for the doctor to say, "Hey, I just want you to know, Amelia, you're schizo"?
Obviously the figures, when I go into like these delusions.
Tell us about the delusions. You were mentioning that earlier. Like you will believe
Sometimes
that.
I feel like I can do everything.
You're immortal?
Everything.
You're crash out style? When you crash out, do you feel that way?
Yeah. Or when I was drinking, that played.
Yeah.
All right, so you go into delusion, you feel unfuckwittable.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so give us a sauce on that. How do you enter delusion? And when you enter delusion, are you going into the schizo side or the bipolar side?
It really depends. I can't choose which side it goes to, really.
Because you're only you,
I'm
right?
only me.
And it's this would take a massive amount of self-awareness. So we're just going with the flow here, right? Tell me what you think what happens when you enter delusion. You're sitting down, you're eating breakfast. Does it happen then? Is there a trigger? Does it come unexplainably?
It comes unexplainably, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for what you can remember, because I do believe you said you blank out in these scenarios, right?
Yeah.
What do you remember?
I can just remember me like crying and screaming, or like if I'm being happy, a little too happy.
Crying.
Sometimes I would like
screaming.
not take my meds.
Does it feel like you're like outside looking in? Because I know for me, like
Yeah.
when I'm going through like my episodes or stuff like that, like it doesn't even feel like myself. Like it feels like I'm here, but I'm outside looking in.
Yeah.
Outside looking in, like a third party looking down, almost like a video game. Like you see the player. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
Outer body experience, spiritual experience. That's witchcraft. That's straight up witchcraft. The crying and the screaming. That's like goosebumps again. That's witchcraft. So the witchcraft can be done either by demonic entities or specifically someone that you know, or somebody that knows you. Does that ring a bell at all?
There is someone in my family that nobody has contact with. She's evil. Very, 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 very evil. Like she's done like spells and spirits and bunch of like random shit.
Okay, so she's number one suspect, family
that
member.
Could be. Yeah, nobody speaks to her, like at all. We don't even. We just know she lives in Florida.
Yo, literally. Okay. Icy just had something going on with her back, right? So I went and gave her my back brace. Before that happened, I was dating a brujeria. Didn't even fucking know, right? This bitch deceived the living shit out of me. So what happens is that I send this bitch to Seattle, Washington. Like, I can't take her no more. I don't want her in my fucking life, right? Can't take. She would basically switch from like a normal person into like a legalistic, evil fucking witch bitch, right? And that's what she was. And the legalism, because you got to understand, like in the Talmud, right, and their Torah or whatever, like their spiritual books or whatever, is very legalistic. Like they'll have conversations in these books, and it'll be like, because their book is counterfeit to the Bible, they'll be in arguments with God, and the rabbi will be like, "See, God, I said this, this, and this, and that's why I'm right." And then God will be like, "Oh, look, Rabbi, you're right, and I was wrong. Even though I'm God, you were right." And that's where that stereotype in that community is very argumentative or complaining, because it comes from their book, right? So now in my situation, this person would turn like legalistic and try to like control things and scare and manipulate and put you down and try to make you feel weird. But me being who the fuck I am, I'm like bulletproof, and I'm watching this person go psycho is what's happening. Like I don't feel the fear. I don't give a fuck. I couldn't give a shit about what the person's doing. I don't care if you're a normal chick or a witchcraft bitch. I don't give a fuck what you're doing if it ain't helping the situation, right? I just don't give a shit. So what happens later though is I send her off in like January, like December finish. I send her off. I'm like, I never want to see the bitch again. Okay, so then I'm just like chilling. I'm up in my house, and then all of a sudden, I feel a pain in my lower back. A motherfucking pinched nerve. And you know what's crazy about the pinched nerve? I immediately couldn't walk, couldn't move. I was holding myself up on the bed. Everything felt like pain. If I had laid down on the floor, I wouldn't have been able to get up. But my mind instinctually knew that was witchcraft coming from her. I knew that it was. And then I ran that scan that I was telling you about. It said, this person has access to your body. And let me explain how she got access to my body. Even with not through just sex. What happened is that I had just recently she had bought a new pocket knife for me, right? And ironically, that pocket knife had like a cross on it. Cool. But like I wasn't used to that pocket knife. Like I have some switchblades and shit, or I have like a butterfly knife or whatever, and I play with it and I know how to use it. But this was new. So I'm opening it. And as I'm opening it, because it's not in my muscle memory yet, I drop it. And I drop the fucking knife, and it cuts my pinky open. And it's just like a little bit of blood coming out, right? So then I grab the knife, put it in my pocket. She grabs my hand while I'm bleeding, and she goes like this. And I was like, bruh, we not even on that level for real. Like, what the fuck? What if I had fucking AIDS, bitch? Like, how do you know what you just did? And I don't. But like, how do you know what you just did is safe?
I get you, yeah.
That is called a blood covenant. This witch did a fucking blood covenant with me. So I had to go and do insane amount of full-time work on prayers to be released of this type of bondage and witchcraft and shit, right? So with you going through the crying and the screaming, that's a dead giveaway of witchcraft. That's like a straight up, like, you're like in a hyper traumatized state, you're hysterical essentially. You're going through hysteria, which again, that word comes from hysterectomy, which is fucking crazy, right? Removing of the vagina parts. Sounds painful. So what is a hysterectomy? What are they pulling out of there?
Your ovaries, your fallopian tubes, everything. Like a complete hysterectomy is removing all that.
Everything that makes a woman reproduce.
Yes.
That would cause me to scream and cry if I was a chick, yeah? Like, fuck.
I know.
Oh, man. Okay, so now, what is your relationship with your father ended young, yeah?
Yeah.
Your relationship with your mother's ongoing.
Yeah.
What is your upbringing like in like elementary school? Let's just break it down into categories. What is life like in elementary school in terms of the demonic? What does your life look like? How are things at this point in time?
I was a happy kid, I'll admit. I was a little happy kid. Always smiling. Like everybody would say that. I always had a smile on my face.
Nice. Sweet.
A little
Happy.
emotional. People be like, you're a little too emotional. Like hypersensitive.
Okay. Still girly.
Yeah.
You know, the
Very shy too. Like to the point that I only had one friend. I couldn't speak in classrooms or I start crying. Teachers couldn't call my name out. They just knew better. Like I couldn't present a single thing.
yeah.
Just don't look at me.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me. Get away from me.
Okay. Okay. You don't seem to be that way anymore.
No, not anymore.
It was just like at the time, public speaking is scary.
It stopped when I was like 16, 17, around there.
Okay. So what is middle school like? Now, things are a little different. You get a little older. You might be more aware of what's going on. How's life like in middle school? Oh, you know what? I'll say real quick. This little happy kitten over here, as soon as she found out she was an auntie, she's like, I want to buy Hello Kitty for her, and she's got to be a girl.
I know. Middle school was fun. It was fun as well.
Okay.
I remember it was a good time. High school was the shittiest.
High school is the shittiest? Okay.
Yeah.
Why was high school shitty? Like you're
pick at me.
becoming more of a woman now.
People would just pick at me all the time, bother me.
What does pick at you mean?
Like make fun of me for the way I look, telling me I'm like too fat or I need more makeup.
Who's telling you this?
Kids at school.
Why are they telling you this?
It was mostly boys.
Why?
I have no idea. Just to make fun of me. They liked it.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But you both sexually attractive women, this is not generally the way in which you'd court a woman. So why do you think you're going through this type of attack? Why do you think you're experiencing bullying from? Because if you told me like a bunch of bitches were like, tearing you down, I get it. This is a little odd.
I know it's odd coming from guys. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they did like me. I don't know.
Do you I mean, you should now. Did any of them like you?
Most likely, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
I
this
got
is just
messages,
like I'm
years
picking
later.
on you to flirt with you thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just wasn't working.
Retarded. Okay. So what else is high school like at this time?
It was a lot. I struggled making friends. People didn't include me in a lot of things because my life was limited since my mom was very strict.
What does that mean? Because to the audience, to the people watching at home, that might not make sense. How is life limited? What's going on?
I wasn't allowed to go out. I had to.
What does not being allowed to go out mean? Like as soon as you wake up and as soon as you go to school, you have to come back home and the door shut. You're a prisoner again.
I have to be home. If she.
What's the intention here? She doesn't want you to get pregnant, or what the fuck?
Because she was a young mom. My mom got pregnant at 15.
Yeah. My mom wasn't that strict though. I was in a club, so. And my mom knew the people I hung around, so.
My mom, when she will go anyway, she'll go out of her way to make sure I don't end up with those type of people. She'll make sure it's the people that she wants me to be with. And it's aggravating because I should be able to choose my own life, my own decisions.
Okay, so you can't have friends. You should be able to choose your own life, make your own decisions. You can't. Your autonomy's been taken away. You're a fucking prisoner, basically. We're going through enmeshment. We're going through narcissistic charge. We're going through a bunch of narcissistic traits. When you have no friends, what does that actually look like in the life of Amelia? What does that isolation feel like?
Till this day, I really don't have any friends. So I just kind of got used to it. I just feel like people... I want to say I'm scared of friendships, but I'm scared of getting hurt again.
How are you getting hurt to begin with?
I had a friend for a couple of years. Well, actually, I had a best friend for 12 years, and I was getting cheated on with my best friend. Yeah, and then
What? How? What? Explain that. How does a friend cheat?
Well, I had a boyfriend, and he was cheating on me with her.
Did you fight her though?
I threw spaghetti at her. It was at school and everything.
Nice.
And then I have another friendship. It was pretty recent too. I just knew she was just using me.
Explain that.
I know this girl doesn't celebrate her birthday or anything, so I went out of my way to tell her, like, oh, I'm going to get you a cake. I'm going to do this. I let her into my mom's home, which I don't let people ever into my mom's home. And my mom to buy you stuff.
When she wasn't home?
No, she was home. But, like, my mom doesn't like people over her house, period. It's, like, her privacy.
Accurate. It's her fucking narcissistic base. It's fucking evil. Real quick, I'm going to throw us on the snap real quick, or the stories. Yo, we're out here at the 5-Star live stream doing some cool podcasts and stuff. We got Amelia, a.k.a. Forever. Oh, fuck. No. Damn it. What up, man? We're out here at the 5-Star live stream. We got Amelia as the guest today. Motherfucker. I got to do it the other way. I can't do it this way. I'm not left-handed. Yo, what is up? We are out here in the building. We got Amelia and Destiny in the building. We are going over some cool-ass stuff today. We got some 5 stars up in here. You guys are about to hear some really cool stuff on this podcast. We're doing a lot on this stream. We're learning a lot, talking about a lot. There's a lot of cool things. Where can they follow you at?
You guys can follow me on Instagram, foreverms, EMSSS.
And yourself?
Destiny.heaven, 2 E's.
Yo, you guys got to follow them, man. There's a lot of sauce being discussed on this pod. Okay. So, like, the friends are deceiving you. Are you bad at picking friends at this point in time? Like, what's the vibes?
I think so. I think I'm just so lonely to the point that I don't care who comes across my life. Just please.
Why is that so relatable for you?
Because I just asked 2 of my friends today. I literally said, hey, are you going to leave me? Like, are you going to abandon me? And they were like, both of their answers were, if God tells me to leave you, I'm leaving you. I was like,
no.
Okay.
No.
That is
would
so
bother me.
fucked. What the fuck? Your friends are going to hell, man. I mean that figuratively. It's a joke. I know we're talking about a lot of heavy shit here, but
I won't abandon you, Destiny.
Oh, she needs a hug.
I got trust issues.
Don't worry.
No
I
shit.
know you don't know me, but you can trust me.
I believe it. I believe that. So you're basically pushed into lack. You're pushed into a lack mindset, a lack mentality. It's not like, oh, I can just be me and people are going to come. You're pushed into like, fuck, I just want any type of fucking human relationship so I could use my eyes and my ears and my nose and my mouth to socially communicate with some fucking human on a human fucking level. Okay. During this time, is there more or less demonic activity in your life?
More.
I thought so. Okay. Are you making friends with the demons?
No.
Are they... What are they doing with you?
I feel like they hold me back.
They do. Like, if you ever feel like we're not able to progress in life and there's like a bubble, demonic curse. I'll teach you how to break those. Does that happen to you a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, so I'll be honest. What I'm seeing here is that your mother pushed you into having schizophrenia, and she pushed you into being bipolar. She did that to you by proxy. Do you think your neurological wiring is born in some way that's misdiagnosed with a problem, or do you think that this is from external abuse?
I think it's from abuse.
Yeah, this is 100% you fractured. So a narcissist, oddly enough, let me explain what a narcissist is like, right? Remember how I drew the brain? That's MK Ultra shit. You having fun over there, sweet girl? That thing is scary, whatever the fuck you're drawing. All right, so like with a narcissist, I'm going to try to draw more of a mask, right? A face, a nose, a mouth. This is how a narcissist presents themselves, and they're trying to be like a functioning member of society, which this does not apply to you in any way. When I was saying mask for you before, you present yourself as a functioning person, but you're going through a lot of turmoil on the inside.
I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, I swear I feel like I'm autistic with everything I am.
She worked with autistic kids. She knows how to help them.
Oh, I did.
You should test me.
Fix her.
Of course.
Okay, but like this is the mask that a narcissist wears, but ironically, this is what they look like underneath. somewhere at some point in time, a narcissist went through something that caused them to disassociate. So they'll wear this mask to other people, but the dissociative mask is so fractured and so broken that they don't mind doing this kind of shit to other people. It's crazy how that works, but there is a lot of overlap between these things. So as you get into I'll send you a guy named Richard Grannon. He's a great doctor that will give you an understanding of how narcissism works and how they walk around with a fractured everything. Everything about them is fractured. It's just like, but this person, I don't want you to look at this and say, oh man, something sad happened to the person, therefore they need pity, empathy, they need to be consoled, there's some sort of end game for them. This motherfucker gone. They lost. They ain't no coming back. This is an empty flesh vessel of evil demonic activity that ain't never coming back, and they gone. There's no fixing this shit. You can fix BPD. You cannot fix fucking NPD. This shit is the devil. It's evil. It's so, I don't even got to tell you. It's fucked up. But they know how to do this. And when they're doing this, they're literally, your mom made you a schizophrenic person.
I know.
That's so fucked. And so much demonic activity came in between those times, right? Okay. So the bipolar thing, there used to be this girl who was a part of the abuses that were done in World War II, and she was, her name was Nadine, and I'll see if I could find you the video with Nadine, and I'll send it over to you. With Nadine, you could actually see like her personality. She would put her head down and come back up and switch into another personality. Right? I've seen this bitch do that. But like the switching of the personalities, she was going through abuse with a guy named Joseph Mengele, right? Now, there's a certain faction of people. Hold on. I can't even fucking say this. All right, so Mengele was an evil fucking Jew, right? And Adolf Hitler, definitely the good guy, right? Okay. So, one is committing atrocities, the other one is not. So, back to the pond. So Mengele, right? Evil motherfucker. Evil motherfucker. What he would do with Nadine is essentially, this is how dark this shit gets. They used to kill women, take their ovaries, put one ovary in or an egg, essentially. They would take an egg before they inseminated it artificially, and they put it in a all Christian aesthetic styled theme, and then they take another ovary and they would put it in all witchcraft, evil, demonic hell. So what they would do is from insemination, raise these different babies into different spiritual assets, and they would use the power of spiritual forces to put these people into different areas. It's very tough shit. It's very hard shit to get into, but it's very evil, right? But they knew that the spiritual world is extremely real, and they were taking advantage of it and using it for themselves in the real world. Something tells me that these people are filled with the demonic to be able to have that in them to do this, right? So what's happening is that they're raising these people in society to abuse them. And they're raising these people in society for them to not know that they are being abused. So what happens with Nadine is that she could switch on command, right? Sleep, come back, be a different personality. But what happens is when you leave the person alone and you're done with the war and you're done with the need for them, they're just left over as a wreck. I think that what you went through was the demonic influence of your mother. I think that you might not have understood why you have those butterflies on there, but they are beautiful, and I do think that they symbolize a beautiful relationship, so we could put a different intention and blessing on them, right?
It's on my back, too.
Beautiful. Well, interesting choice, right? It could have been cats, could have been dog, could have been fucking anything, but it had to be monarch, right? Whatever. Because sometimes, in all honesty, the external is the internal will push out to the external. It just is what it is, right? Like, maybe that's how destiny feels on the inside. I'm kidding, baby girl. I don't know. But like, there's a whole page of fucking dark shit that you went through here. What else are you not telling me? Like, what else is a part of the board of Amelia that like we haven't even gotten into?
Oh my God. There's so much.
Start with something. Give me like a little sauce.
I used to have like an ex that would just leave me in the rain while he go play his game.
Explain that. I can't even begin to comprehend how the fuck you treat a woman like this.
He just said I was too emotional and I was annoying.
Bro, I had that shit happen to me.
And just too emotional. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry.
Can you explain the leaving in the rain part? Cause
I don't know. He just like kicked me out of his house and I just like sat there and he just went on 2K.
What is 2K? I don't.
You don't know 2K? 2K is like
Is
a
that-
basketball game.
It's a basketball
with like the NBA players.
I'd rather eat horse shit than play a fucking basketball game. 1, 2. When I was playing basketball games, it was called Street. I was like in middle school. This is like the 2000s, right?
Oh.
No, I think it was called Street. It was gangsta. It was like they would do all kinds of cool tricks. It was like a nigga game. Shit was. You know what I'm talking about at all? Ever heard of this? Nah, that shit was dope. It was like hip hop themed and motherfuckers was doing tricks and like the whole thing was tricks and shit, dribbling. But you know, that one I'm imagining is more serious. I used to play Madden like in high school, but like as you can imagine, dude like me I'm not out here playing fucking games.
So Madden is like the football version of 2K.
Yeah. Okay. So I get the vibes, but yeah, I'd rather eat horse shit than play that. So
I've just went through a lot of emotional and physical abuse, I would say.
all right, let's get into the physical. What kind of physical abuse within reason?
Like, people have put their hands on me.
How?
Honestly. Like, they've hit me.
Where?
My face, my arms.
Are we talking close-handed 100% full force or what?
Yeah, of course.
She's 4'11". Oh, God. Okay, so you're now so abused that you're picking abusers to be your suitors.
It could be.
Objectively.
That's how it goes.
Objectively. Because like the thing with like, let's say in the Jeffrey Epstein case is that they will groom somebody into being a sex slave or whatever. And from the abuse of that, they themselves will then become a groomer. You're on the opposite side. You're not out here graping, right? You're so abused that your love style is now abuse.
Yeah.
And like I said, how would I handle my daughter being in a relationship? How would I go about that?
Who's being abused?
No. Like, remember I told you, like, what would I do if it comes time for my daughter to get into a relationship? How would I go about handling that?
Make sure she's with the right person.
So who's picking the person?
Obviously, it's going to be her, but...
No, I told you I would do it.
Oh, you would do it.
Yeah, like I will go out of my way to find the right guy for her.
Okay. Wait, are you gonna like have an arranged marriage for your daughter?
That sounds...
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh, God.
Abso-fucking-lutely. I would rather eat horse shit again than let her pick that on her own.
Okay.
Objectively.
But I will say this. I will say, just based on my own personal experience, I feel like the way that you are with your wife, your daughter, or your son's going to look at that, and that's how they're going to perceive how they want to be loved.
100%. I mean, we're human beings. Look at this poor girl. She's sweet. She's kind. She's bright. She's outgoing. Pretty. And she is trained to walk on eggshells. She's trained to be a prisoner. She's trained to be put down. She's trained to be abused. She's trained to go into manic episodes. So when she starts going into people pleasing, which her mom pushed her into doing, she doesn't know how to receive love benevolently. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know how to receive the love that she could earn. We use the word deserve, but like that's hard for me to use because like I don't deserve a Lamborghini. I need to earn it. Right? You could, when you're trying to attract a man, and if you're a girl and you're like going and putting yourself in his way and like playing with your hair and like getting in his sight and something like come over here giving him signals to talk to me, you could be putting yourself into someone more well suited to give you the love that you were lacking and then the love that you were deserving. But in all honesty, the way that you're describing it to me today, you didn't learn it in that way. You only learned what became you. This doesn't mean that you're not capable of making conscious choices. It doesn't mean that you don't know how to make decisions. It's just what you grew to know. It's what you knew. And you went forward with it. So this cycle of abuse kept happening at the time. I think she's doing a lot better now based on what I've come to learn. In fact, meeting you, you seem nothing but like the most professional. You seem nothing but sweet, nothing but cute, nothing but adorable, someone that's pleasant to talk to. I would not imagine that you're in this world of satanic imagery. In fact, in general, talking about these things is not the easiest things to do with people, because people would rather do anything rather than talk about God or demons or be open about those kind of things. And also, most people aren't really trained in those kind of things or lived a life to experience those kind of things. Like I told you, I want you to really get into Derek Prince. I do want you to understand that fertility is cursed. I want you to understand that you are going through curses. You are going through demonic assignments. You have monitoring spirits around you. You have demons that watch you every single day and every single night to study your possible behaviors in the future. I want you to know that Lucifer had a relationship with God, and people forget that. I want you to know that Lucifer has literally been around before humans were in flesh suits, so he knows human behavior longer than our 100-year lifespan. So he will study the fuck out of that, and so will other demons, and they study human behavior to the point where they chose you specifically and isolated you specifically to cast demonic assignments specifically because you are a problem for the kingdom of darkness. And they only do this for people. I'm getting the goosebumps. You are a problem for hell. You are a problem for the devil. You are a problem for the demonic. And you are a daughter of God. You are meant to be blessed with a beautiful soul. You have a light inside of you that is so beautiful and so brilliant and so bright that they can see it, but you've been taught to fucking put your flame down. And you don't know that you have this inside you the way that I know that you do. And we're going to get it out of you.
Of course.
We're going to fucking do that. This is, again, something I'm called to do. And that being said, how are you girls feeling? Because we've been going on for 2 hours and 16 minutes. And like I said, the podcast muscle is pretty serious. How are you doing with time? Because I did tell you we'd take care of you and shit.
I have a test to take in a few hours.
All right. We're not done. You and me got some cool stuff we're about to do after this. We're going to take you back home real quick. But we're about to close out the podcast and bring you girls back on at a later time. Destiny, thank you for hitting us up on FaceTime. You bring that mic closer to your mouth, girl. We got to hear what made you know that you was going to hop on the podcast with us, and what made you know that you're never, ever, and you're not ever going to be alone.
I just wanted to hang out with her.
Hey! That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
I feel really special, guys.
Hell yeah. So I'm glad that you did that, man. Thank you for hitting us with that FaceTime. And how do you feel overall about the podcast, about the show, things we talked about today?
I love it. It was very open. I love being open. I'm an open person.
Yeah.
And I love meeting Destiny.
Hell yeah. I hope that you girls find like these kind of conversations fulfilling, because I really do believe that even though these are the kind of things that are not openly talked about, that is what gives this so much relatability for people that are definitely going through these things.
What sign are you?
I'm a Leo.
Ooh, interesting.
August 6th?
Yes.
I'm a Gemini.
Oh my
June
God.
19th?
You're the same as my ex.
June 19.
Hell yeah.
Don't worry, us women are different.
That being said, I'd like to do nothing but thank you ladies for coming on the show and giving us this very vulnerable state of interpersonal dynamics, for dropping the sauce on people that are going to need your help. You don't know how many people you're helping when you're open like this. But that being said, thank you guys for joining us on the 5-star live stream. I'm going to go around and give you girls some closing words. Destiny, what do you want the people to know about the show? What do you want people to know about you in general? What you got going on, and where can they find you?
Destiny.heaven.
Hell yeah. Any closing thoughts you got for us?
No.
Go find her on Instagram. Follow her. She's quite funny on the gram. And then yourself, sweetheart.
This was an amazing show. You guys can find me on Instagram at ForeverEms, EMSSS. Also, you can find me at Collectors Club and follow them on Instagram.
Hell yeah. Any closing thoughts?
No, that's it.
Fuck yeah. You already know what time it is. You guys got to follow them on the IG. Thank you for joining the 5-star live stream. And you will catch all three of us on another show. There's so much to go over it. Let's do the damn thing. Peace out.